I knew in the days and weeks leading up to the launches of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series that there was a major problem. Up to that point, I had only missed two launches since getting in on the Sega Dreamcast on day one. The PlayStation 3 because of its $599 price tag, and the Wii simply because none of its launch titles appealed to me. Missing a system launch is still uncharacteristic of me, and it wasn't until I took inventory of the launch lineups of both the PS5 and Xbox Series that I could put my finger on exactly why I didn't feel the need to participate in either's launch activities. Simply put, there were zero genuine exclusives on either platform. Demon's Souls was the only one that came close, and that was a remake of a PS3 game. Otherwise, everything else was only generation exclusive, found on both the PS5 and Xbox Series but nothing else, or brand exclusive, found on either the PS5 or Xbox Series and its 8th generation predecessor. For the first time ever, new hardware landed without bringing any games along that you couldn't get elsewhere. Sure, the quality of life improvements offered by both, particularly the move to solid-state drives, are considerable, but far more importantly, they lacked any identity. Hell, they still do lack an identity. Even major PlayStation titles from 2022 like Gran Turismo 7 and God of War Ragnarok can be found on the PlayStation 4. And unless you have a really strong Jones for some flight simulator, your Xbox One will still play everything Microsoft is serving up. The pattern is finally starting to break, as Insomniac has confirmed that both of its upcoming superhero titles, Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, will be PS5 exclusives. And there's at least some chatter, if not a conclusive announcement, that Forza Motorsport 8 will not find its way to the Xbox One when it releases this summer. Assuming that comes to pass, that leaves us with 6 actual exclusives, the 4 I just mentioned, plus Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and Returnal, across 2 years for 9th gen, and half of them aren't even out yet. I'll even be charitable and up the number to 7 with the PS5's pack-in Astrobot, still a pathetic total from 2 companies with a history of delivering the goods. I've said it before and I'll say it again, you don't play systems, you play games. Systems are nothing more than gateways to lists of games, and if a platform holder isn't putting anything on the other side of that gateway that can't be found elsewhere, why even make the system? Yes, there is the pandemic and its overall effect on both the supply chain, which has been directly cited as a reason for Sony's continued software support of the PS4, and on game development, so some benefit of the doubt can be extended to both companies that this was just a massive aberration that derailed the whole industry to some degree or another. That being said, with so many games being turned out that can be and are being done on 8th gen platforms, why not just hold the launches back until the systems can release alongside a wave of games that can at least give these machines a discernible identity? The PS4 and Xbox One are regarded as 2 of the worst launch lineups of all time, but at least from the day they landed, you could differentiate them from the PS3 and 360. And as it is right now, the PS5 and Xbox Series are just a couple of solutions in search of a problem. Now, I don't doubt that this will be resolved in short order. The supply seems to have finally caught up to demand as of the holiday season, and I have to imagine other developers will start following Insomniac's lead in cutting off support of 8th gen platforms. I have high hopes for this year's E3. I really believe it's where the real PS5 and Xbox Series will stand up and show us what will define them beyond a new label slapped on a few hundred multi-generational releases. Until then, though, man, it's been rough. And that's all for now. If you like this video, then please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe as it really helps the channel grow. Until next time, I'm Patrick Mifflin, sounding off.